The 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Brooklyn Nets.
Welcome to this Thursday night. Let's get it. Okay, David, thanks. And bucking the fast-paced trend, both teams tonight like to score out of their half-court sets. Doris, what are some of the keys to being successful with that approach?
Well, there's a few things, Kev. You've got to have great floor spacing. The ball has got to move, and players have got to move. It's got to be an equal opportunity offense.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Pachulia is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Conley. And it's Gay in at the 3 slot.
Now, make no mistake, Kevin. DeMar DeRozan will battle you in the post, and he'll get some easy opportunities.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. It's tipped. Here's Carter. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now here's Conley. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Randolph kicks to Pachulia. DeRozan in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. On defense, the Nets, they couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
I think there has to be better communication. All 5 guys tied together, and what happened to them is what happens when you play lackluster defense.
And nice to see Zach LaVine back out on the floor after seeing him lose the back half of last season to injury. Doris, that was a tough blow for him, tearing his ACL, but he hopes to have a full recovery.
Well, I think, Kev, the key piece here is sports medicine can do so much more now with the recovery of an ACL. And when Zach LaVine is healthy, with his burst and the ability in the open floor, this guy is a sight to behold.
20 feet out. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it? Never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Gay with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Over Carter. He's off on that one. Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
The initial miss was the best thing that could have happened to them. He was in absolutely perfect position for the putback.
LaVine against DeRozan. Over LaVine. And it's DeRozan missing.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Out to the right wing. Noel, a screen on Randolph. Here's George. That one rolling around and rims out.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
And the Nets throwing big money at restricted free agents in recent years, trying to add talent any way they can.
Well, and sometimes being willing to overpay if they have to. With no high draft picks walking through that door, they've got to exploit every opportunity to improve this roster.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
The Nets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Outside Conley. That misses. That would have put him up. And with Rudy Gay, scoring, Greg, has never been a problem for him, has pretty much had the same level of production his entire career.
Yeah, and if you say that about some players, it's considered an insult, but it's a good thing for Gay. Usually will shoot in the mid-40s for this field goal percentage and solid at that small forward position. Also a great ISO game.
It's the Nets now after the basket by Washington. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. DeRozan Pachulia. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his third rebound tonight. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist by Levine.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
DeRozan buries the 20-footer. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the game to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Washington leading now by 3. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. DeRozan out there with Conley. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Randolph in at the 4. Conley kicks to DeRozan. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Carter kicks to Fox. There's a screen by Noel. Carter the pass to Fox. 5 on the clock. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Conley kicks to DeRozan. Over Levine. Another miss by DeRozan.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
And Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Nets, a New York native, grew up in Long Island.
And it is nice.
Oh!
And you know Carter is taking off on the drive. When he has a head of steam like that, he's looking to tear off the rim.
Conley dishes to DeRozan. Over George. Another miss by DeRozan.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Now, here's Fox. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State. George against Randolph. And that one's good. George has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Kevin, let's just tip our cap because Paul George, exceptional down in the low post, using that high release to get his shot.
Stolen by Levine. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got.
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that? Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Levine has got a creative streak.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Looking for George. He gets it there. Count that one.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside Conley. Here's Gay. Not enough on that one as it misses.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
59 seconds left here in the second. Noel, a screen on DeRozan. Levine kicks to Noel, and Noel throws it down.
Well, this is where Noel is going to be difficult to guard in the pick and roll. Huge target rolling to the rim.
Pass to Pachulia. Gay outside. Randolph sets a screen for Gay. Stolen by George. Here's Here's Fox. Oh, that's blocked.
Well, incredible work on defense from Zaza Pachulia. Great positioning so he can reject it.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Timeout called the Nets.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
Carter against Gay. Outside Conley. Inside. Shot clock at 6. And DeRozan throws it down.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
There's a screen by Noel. There's a good screen. The shot by George, wide open. And so it's Washington. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum. And we're just about ready for the start of...
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. Here's Levine. Doors with every team looking to spread the floor, get that space. Most big men are being asked to increase their range. Is the practice time going into that taking away from working, for instance, on other fundamentals that a big guy should be working on?
Here's how you know this is for real. When you hear Dwight Howard talking about the fact that this guy is going to spend an entire summer trying to develop the range because he wants to extend his playing career.
Sure.
Dwight Howard at one time was the single most dominant back-to-the-basket low post center. They surrounded him with shooters. They put him in pick and roll, and he was an absolute monster. You know what? I don't know if it'll take away from the other fundamentals for the center. I do know that the role of center has drastically changed in the NBA.
Fox is out there with Levine. Then it's Noel. Then there's Carter. And it's George in at the 4 slot. That's the room for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Gay outside. Pass to Conley. Now the dish to DeRozan. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
I think I can make the case that DeMar DeRozan finishes through contact like a big man. This guy is tremendous at end-one opportunities.
And DeMar DeRozan, a multiple All-Star, last season a career high for him in scoring.
Yeah, this guy has become dominant on the offensive end. If you want to nitpick his game, you could say he could be a better defender. And certainly, with his ability to rebound, his athleticism, I think he's just scratching the surface on that end. Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
Pachulia, good.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
On the wing, George. The feed to Noel. Back to George. A shot missing. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Outside DeRozan. Outside Conley. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
Fox against Conley. Feeds to Noel. Bean passes to Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Over Gay. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got 8 points. Nets trail by 12.
And last season, I think we saw just what could be a preview of what the Washington Wizards can be moving forward, right? They return to the second round of the playoffs. They have a clear core and strength to build around for the future.
A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Nets.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from DeRozan. And Doris, as you mentioned, it had been a roller coaster of season finishes for the Wizards over the last few years. Now they know exactly where they stand.
You know, Kevin, I think equally important, they know the destination they want to get to. John Wall has shown he is an elite talent in the NBA who can carry them in a postseason series. And I think as long as Wall is there, this team has an opportunity to contend in the East.
47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Conley outside.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Levine. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Nets trail by 13. Outside Conley. Back to DeRozan. Over Levine. And it's DeRozan missing.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Gay in the corner. The three. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. And it's 6 points for Rudy Gay.
Well, guys, really good court vision, allowing DeRozan to make that pass. You know, he sees the play developing way in advance.
And so it's the Washington Wizards with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Here is Conley. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Rudy Gay. Pachulia is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Conley in at the one spot. Another miss by Gay. Washington leading now by 10. Kicks it to George. From deep. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
On the wing, DeRozan. Defended by George. Now Levine. Noel sets a screen for Levine. And he dunks it in right on Zach Randolph. Right over Zebo.
I tell you, a number of ways to score off the pick and roll, and Levine makes it look easy.
Picked by Pachulia. Here's DeRozan. Rebound, Washington. Carter's got his third rebound tonight.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the shot goes down. And the Wizards lead by 17. Doris, looking at the rich history of the NBA, seeing how it's evolved over time, what do you think have been some of the biggest changes from decade to decade as the game has evolved?
Well, for me, my fandom of the NBA began in the great Celtics-Lakers rivalries with the great players like Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Worthy McHale. You know, it's always been a stars league. I think it remains as such. You can move to the 90s in the Eastern Conference with the Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks rivalries. The thing that's remained the same are the stars. Style of play, obviously, is drastically different. The athletes are getting bigger, faster, stronger. Analytics increasingly playing a part. Listen, the game is in a constant state of evolution. Like Kevin Harlan, the game gets better with age.
Oh, man. Thanks, Doris. Randolph a screen. Here's DeRozan. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Wizards leading by 19. Fox dishes to George. He feeds it to Noel. The shot's good on the assist by George. That That's 10 points for Nerlens Noel.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let up in their attack right now.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Wizards.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them. And no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check. Look, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up.
Plumlee with the screen. Here's Scott. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't go for him. Now Washington takes it the other way. Here's Bikes. There's a screen by Noel. And George kicks to Noel. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And the new Nets leadership now thinking long-term.
Right, Kev. I think that this is a team, an organization that wants high-character individuals. They're using words like consistency and sustainability. If you want the model, it's the Spurs' 2-decade playoff run. That's the goal for the Brooklyn Nets.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Bikes. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And all right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for